What's up, folks? It's the Bearded Bassman, and for this video we're going to change it up a little bit because we're not going to be chasing largemouth or smallmouth or even spotted bass. Not even going to be chasing rock bass. Today we're going to be chasing something that is kind of special to West Virginia, and that being native brook trout, or natives as West Virginia folk and neighboring states call them. Not going to be fishing on a boat, not even going to be fishing in much more than 6 or 8 inches of water. These fish are incredibly wary. They're not the easiest fish to catch, but they're a lot of fun and they are beautiful. Today is November 25th, I believe, and being that they're like a salmonoid, they actually spawn in the fall. So not only are we going to catch probably a decent amount of fish just because they're kind of being protective of their area, and at the same time they're sort of schooling up. It's kind of a weird transition thing. It's that being a bass fisherman, I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but hopefully we get on a lot of fish. It's also hunting season here in West Virginia, rifle season to be specific, so we're going to be wearing blaze orange probably most of, if not all of, the trip. Currently sitting waiting on one of my buddies that's actually going to be joining me for this little adventure, and hopefully we get on some fish today. We get on some nice fish, and my definition of nice fish and a true native's definition of nice fish is going to be a lot different. You folks are going to see, but they're still a blast to catch. Like I said, they're so beautiful, and they're challenging to catch because these fish have never seen people. You know, they've never seen any kind of artificial lures or anything like that, so it's definitely fun to catch them. So go ahead and sit back, stay tuned, and enjoy the action.
Where was that at?
Right up against the falls. Like, how does something like that try to eat something like that?
Crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
Crazy. Side cast all the way up under that ledge and just kind of like this a couple times until it got out to the edge of the ripples.
Yeah.
I was like, here we go now. Down the hook back to the car and here the other thing.
There's one.
Oh yeah. probably the one fish that's in this hole.
He's freezing too.
Is he?
Yeah.
Nice fish.
Welcome back, folks. The footage that you just saw was actually from a trip about 2 or 3 weeks ago now, and I've been kind of arguing with myself over whether or not I actually want to make a video out of it, just because there was only a couple fish caught. It was kind of a rough day. Couldn't really find them. When we could find them, they were just tight-lipped. Since I'm probably going to be making a lot more of these native trout trips, I decided to go ahead and just kind of throw these couple catches on film and just kind of the scenery that we're fishing, because these aren't wide open streams, they're not big lakes, they're tiny little creeks. And to catch something this beautiful out of something so small, I mean, some of these fish are coming out of literally maybe 4 inches of water, if that. It's exciting in its own right. A little backstory into the fish we are catching: they are native brook trout. Here in West Virginia, we have rainbow, brown, golden trout, and brook trout. But the native brook trout, these small little, 4 or 5 inch fish, are actually the only fish that are native. They're not stocked in West Virginia. These are fish that they occur in nature. They also happen to be the West Virginia state fish, which kind of makes them that much more special to catch, especially for me being a West Virginia native myself. I've fished for trout most of my life, and it's always been stock trout. Up until probably a month or so ago, I never really had the opportunity to go fish for these little fish. I didn't know where to even start. I knew roughly where to catch them, but that's about it. Until a friend actually, kind of took me by the hand and showed me the ropes. It started to click from a bass fisherman, fisherman in general. It started to click on what I was going to be looking for and what I needed to look for to catch these fish. In this video, we were using just pieces of nightcrawler, extremely ultralight tackle. I believe I was using a 7-foot Fenwick HMG pack rod with, I think, the 4, probably 10-pound braid with a 4-pound, maybe 6-pound leader, and just a couple split shots, and a piece of nightcrawler on, a size 14, size 12 hook. Not really anything special as far as presentation, just, drifting. These fish, a lot of these fish have never seen people. They've never seen artificial bait. They just eat grubs and worms and stuff fall into the streams. So they're actually very picky when it comes to presentation. But as long as you get them in the right situation, they're just ferocious. They'll eat pretty much anything if they're hungry, as far as live bait. I've never had the chance of actually going after them on a fly yet. Hope to get some videos of that coming here soon. The little creek that we were fishing, there's not really enough room to get into big fly rods, and my rod is, I think, a 9.5, 10-foot rod, so it's definitely not gonna work on that little stream. I'm gonna have to find something a little smaller. I've actually been toying around with the notion of maybe taking up like a Tinkara rod or something like that, just to try to, other techniques to try to catch these little fish. Like I said, they're incredibly beautiful when they come out of the wild, especially here in the fall and the winter. It's the time that they spawn, so the males are brightly colored, and the female they're just all, dotted up, and just very pleasant fish to look at. That being said, I'm going to do my best not to divulge any of the streams I'm on, because, as I said, they're native trout, and the numbers they're not there. These fish
couldn't really sustain a very big harvest if folks were actually taking them, and I don't know why they would take them because they're so small. But I'm going to do my best to keep locations kind of private. Most fishermen who do know where to find these fish, they're very protective over their streams, and rightfully so, because there are folks out there that they catch a 10-inch native, which is probably a 10-year-old fish. That's a trophy by any means. They take them. Everybody buys their license, everybody purchases this trout stamp, and it's their right to do so, but in the nature of a native trout stream, it's probably not the best idea to do so, especially when those fish they're the main breeders in the stream. So while I'm going to be posting videos of myself and a few other folks fishing, like I said, I'm going to do my best to keep those locations private. Definitely don't want to spot burn any of these streams. But yeah, being that we're in the middle of winter, well, we actually haven't hit winter yet. This is December 16th, I believe. We haven't actually hit the main stretch of winter. Bass fishing is going to be few and far between as the weeks come. So the bearded bassman is not really going to be doing a lot of bass fishing. But I'm definitely going to be making a lot of trips to these streams to fish for these little trout, and probably stock trout as well. Stock trout have kind of a bad notation for a lot of fishermen here in West Virginia. I don't see it that way. They're fun to catch. For folks who do eat them, they taste good. I personally don't eat them unless I take one that maybe isn't going to make it, or maybe even a large one that's going to be a decent eating size. Maybe then I will, but for the most part, I'm catch and release. So hopefully I'll get a lot more of those videos out this fall, or this winter rather, and try to keep the content coming. They're not going to be bass videos all the time, but definitely fishing videos, and I may throw some tech videos in there as well. I've had a lot of folks ask me what I shoot my videos on, and I've got a couple different cameras that a lot of folks have never seen before or haven't experienced the use of, and I decided that maybe a couple of those videos I'll actually show some of the tech that I use, maybe even the rods or the technical gear or tactical terminal gear or something like that I use. But that's pretty much the backstory I have right now. I'm going to wrap this video up. I hope you all enjoyed watching those couple catches and the pretty scenery. Like I said, stay tuned and look forward to some more of those native trout videos. And as always, give me a big thumbs up. That definitely helps things out. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. As always, I'm the Bearded Bassman, and thanks for watching.